Hello everybody, welcome to Fighting Crypto. So today I want to talk about Realio, and we almost had a guest star with us. That would be the Fighting Crypto Kitty, Mr. Pickles. We'll see if he comes back to join us later and bless us with his presence. But until then, and therefore afterwards, I want to talk about Realio, or Rio, R-I-O, a real-world asset tokenization-based cryptocurrency that is trying to pretty much own and monopolize the real estate tokenization. So real quick, my prediction for this bull run is $4. Right now it's around 74, 75 cents. I will add a large caveat. If it happens to get on large exchanges, I could see it going between the $12 and $15 range. Now, please continue listening so you hear all the why of how I got there and a little bit more about it. But regardless, can you please, if you find this interesting and or useful, click the subscribe button. It really does help me out. The little like button does wonders. Ring the little ding thing, that little bell down there, so you can get notifications when more videos are made. And talk to me, comment below. Do you like Rio? Do you not like Rio? Do you think there's other things out there that are better than Rio? Do you want to just talk about a different coin entirely? I will read it, and if it intrigues me enough, I'll do a video on it after I research it decently. So, nothing I say today is financial advice. Nothing I say will ever be financial advice. It is just advice to go look into how you want to use your finances at most. This is fun and education, hopefully. So, what is Realio other than what I already said? I mean, it's a big thing of what I already said. Something that's really jumped out to me on this coin is how much it is talked about on YouTube and social media in general for not being on too many large exchanges. Like, it's not on Coinbase, but a lot of people talk about it. It also surprises me how many people talk about for how small of a market cap it is right now. It's only a 5 million market cap last time I looked, which is pretty freaking small, which means that it has a potentially huge upside to it. A lot of room for growth. It is clearly inflationary. Not all coins are out yet, but we'll get to that over time. So it's a real-world asset tokenization project. They use a lot of Web3s over Layer 1s, all this wonderful jargon, but the big thing is it interoperates between some big names. It is partnered directly with Algorand. It is used in between with BNB Binance, Stellar, Ethereum. It's got other partnerships and some major VCs with it, Changelly, several others, Stellar. Algorand and Stellar are decently bullish to me. The fact that they're in the projects. This is an early stage project. Like, they're working on a ecosystem to launch. It just launched in April. They're looking at doing their own wallet, hot wallet for it. And maybe it's just the hype and emotion that's getting people to talk about it. But again, it's such a small market cap. It just surprises me that so many people talk about it. It was somewhat free launch. What I mean by that is that typically free launch we talk about that it was just put out there, there was no pre-sale, there was no major VCs, no one could buy it before it goes out to everybody. I say somewhat free launch because it looks like the owners did buy a little bit, but it was really early as soon as it was launched, at least the way it appears to be to me. So there's not too much selling pressure. Meaning you didn't have a bunch of whales and VCs that jumped in really early, bought this thing at fractions of a penny, and we're waiting for them to dump it on us when it gets to 1,000x at $1. It's already gone up to $1 a little bit. So people just didn't get in that early, which is it's a huge positive, at least to me, because I'm less concerned if I got it, that's going to get dumped on us. I did say if. So, full transparency, at least I'll try to be, I do not own any Realio. It's one that I've looked into for a little while, and a big reason I haven't got onto it is, honestly, it's not on Coinbase or Uphold yet. I do want to keep it simple to these two. Feel free to make fun of me in the comments, I don't mind, but that's a big deal to me. When if I see it goes on to Coinbase Futures, then I will go ahead on the other exchanges and grab a few. Because then I know it's going to be out to much more large masses. So social media, again, they're pretty active on Twitter, X Twitter, which again is a big deal to me. They just need to keep pushing out information. When crypto, or really any company, puts more out there for people to see and read, there's more interaction, more people know about it, and we get updates. And again, I just like seeing it. So allocation and tokenomics of the token on first glance looks freaking awful. Not gonna lie, the only reason why I continued looking at this one is that I saw other people writing about it. It might have been on Reddit, or maybe I was looking up real world asset tokens. This one came up, and it just doesn't look good at first. The fact that so much of it is diluted, or room for dilution, but over 50% of it's locked away in what we'll call the treasury to be given over time for creation and issuance of the project as it gets used. So it's kind of there just hiding in storage. Immediately 50% of it. So that drops a lot of the dilution worry. Again, I'm not worried about being so inflationary that if I bought some, it's going to just dump all these coins out in public and then lower it. They do have a built-in burning mechanism, which I also very much like. So the more often that Rio is used throughout the Realio and other networks, it burns them off, which keeps the token price high, as well as keeps the market cap and price from dropping as people use it. This is great. I love burning mechanisms in coins. But when it comes to exchange listings, this is one of the things I see as one of the biggest problems, so to speak, is that it's on KuCoin and Mexi, but it's not on Uphold or Binance or Coinbase. That's not an actual issue, but when I'm looking for something to really explode this bull run, I want it to be more accessible for the masses, and it's just not. And that's really the big reason I haven't jumped in on this one. It was getting close to 50 cents, and I almost jumped into it. I did have a limit set that I ended up canceling out after it went back up a little bit. But there was a price I was willing to go ahead and jump on and just store it for a little while in case it just doesn't really run on this bull run. This is one I'm looking for very closely in terms of the next bear market, because I think it's going to be a much bigger project by then, because again, it's still early. Not everything is up and running yet. It was announced and talked about by BlackRock, which I think that caused a lot of hype for a little bit, because as soon as someone says BlackRock said, they didn't invest in anything, but they talked about it, which is still a positive and no. There was just the internal connection. It made facial value sense of BlackRock, real estate, tokenization. Oh, they're going for Realio. No, but they've acknowledged it. That's a start. If the day comes and BlackRock announces that they are tokenizing real estate or anything else on Realio, I will be there slamming that buy button as quickly as I can. And I don't care what dirtbag exchange I have to get on to be able to do it. So again, right now it's around the 74, 75 cents mark, $5 million market cap, so it can have very high volatility. It hasn't shown too much of it, or at least not as much as I would have expected for it, but it's certainly there. So I'm keeping an eye on it. I don't think I'm opening up a new position at this point for this bull run, but this is one of the few coins. If it drops down under that 50-cent marker, for me, I'm going to end up jumping in and buying it. I have a little bit in the reserves for it. At this point, I would say I'd rather DCA in my current coins, but I do like this one. And I think it's very well worth you going ahead and checking it out to see if it's something that you want to add. It is a riskier play with a very high potential. It's small. A lot of people have talked about it. And, I mean, the growth potential is very much there. So overall, I like this one. I will likely eventually own it. I do think it's going to go past $4 very conservatively. Because in the little fake bull run, not fake bull run, when the little hype session that we had in March and April, it did jump up pretty high. It has came down like everything else and consolidated somewhere. A lot of them consolidated down under the 50% mark, or actually a lot of them came down over 66%. A lot of them are 2/3 of, or 1/3 of what they were just a couple months ago. So this one didn't take that much of a brunt hit. But I recommend taking a look at it. If it gets on a major exchange, Binance and or Coinbase, I'm going to up my prediction from $4 up to that 12 to 15. Because instantly people are going to jump and buy it. There's going to be a lot of people just like me that if they see that happening, it's like, oh, let's get into it now. And they're all going to do it at the same time. not exact, but within a short period of time, probably a couple of days if it goes up onto a major exchange like that. Because I'm waiting for that to happen, so I know there's others that are going to be doing the same thing as well. So if you want to get ahead of us, go right ahead. Not financial advice, but research this coin a little bit more on your free time. If you find something that's very intriguing about it to you that you want to share, comment in the section below, and I'll go ahead, I'll research more, and I'll extrapolate upon that idea. This was not a coin I planned on looking more into in the next couple of months, but if it's interesting to you guys or you want to know more about it, or if you're like, you really flashed over saying this tokenomics sucked and then went ahead and said a lot of it's lost and locked away and that was enough, tell me more, fine, I'll go ahead and I'll tell you more. I'll bring up the charts, graphs, all that fun little nerdy technical stuff, and get into it. So, Realio. I've got no segue to end this other than saying, please subscribe, like, comment, ring the ding thing, and stay tuned. More videos are coming. Talk to you guys then.